Well,
that is the
what we know is that 8 people have been arrested. The CBI as well as the Economic Offences Unit in Bihar have done a fabulous job in uncovering the scam.
No, but what's the point
in
of
fact, they
arrest?
believe the paper
We
has
want
been leaked in
conviction.
Bihar, in Jharkhand, and suspicion is also in Gujarat. So they've done a fabulous job in exposing the leak. But the question here is, where did the leak erupt? I mean, the fact that the NTA itself is said, and what we hear is the NTA sources third parties to actually carry out these examinations. And one can only trust a third party to handle it in a foolproof manner. This is what we see. A third party has been roped in to carry out these examinations. And why isn't there checks on these parties? Who are those handlers? Well, it's a deep-rooted network, and it will take time for the CBI to crack it. But for the moment, what's the immediate solution that can be provided to the lakhs of aggrieved students? Nandini Saini, you want to jump in on that? Please give us your take on what do you want, what do you expect from the government for now?
Ma'am, I don't expect anything from the government. I expect only things from Supreme Court. The reason being, I want to re-NEET. Re-NEET for all. Because even if you conduct it for some centers, it is not going to satisfy everyone. The reason I say that I do not believe in the government anymore is because we had been saying the same thing for NTA, that tell us why did you open the registration window in April for 2 days? Why were grace marks given? They took so much time in just to address those answers. So I don't have any faith in the government themselves, and also the opposition as well, because everyone is just raising the questions, but nobody's actually doing the legal work. Nobody's filing the PILs or doing for the students. Everybody's saying that we are with you, but nobody's taking action for being with the students. It's only the students themselves.
So your application before the Supreme Court, what is your argument?
My argument is that everything that the hearing is, whatever it is, whatever will be done on the 8th of July, I believe that the judgment should be passed a bit earlier because we have been waiting for a long time. I believe that re-NEET might come as a possible solution. And even if that comes needs to come a bit early, because preparation time needs to be given to students so that they can prepare well. Because 2 years of syllabus for 4 weeks.
So you want a re-examination?
Yes, ma'am. I want a re-examination because that
as basic as that. Ashish Pandey, is that also what you're looking at?
Yes, ma'am. I also support Nandini because NTA is telling lies and lies again and again. Because NTA said that they are conducting re-NEET in 4 states, but they conducted re-NEET in Manipur. That was not mentioned by NTA. So it can be seen that they are telling lies again and again. So,
Ashish, would you want to tell us the kind of money and time you've spent on writing this examination and the ambitions, aspirations you have? I want to know the money you've spent. We know that it's lakhs of rupees to get into any of these colleges. Medical colleges, imagine there are barely 600 medical colleges in the country, out of which 320 are private and 380 are government-run medical institutions, and they pay up to 1 crore rupees in private institutions to get a seat. So that kind of money being spent into that stream, and here you don't, the entrance test itself, right from the word go, is flawed. Ashish, what's the money and time you've spent?
Ma'am, I have taken a drop of 1 year, and I was a student at a very premium coaching institute. So I have almost spend almost 1.5 lakhs in my coaching fees. So how will I recover it if I does not get admission in any government college? Because I deserve according to marks that I have got.
But how sure are you to recover it anyway? Even if the leak didn't happen, we're looking at 24 lakh students vying for 1 lakh seats, medical seats. So that's roughly about 48 students for 1 seat.
Ma'am, I want to correct you. Government seats are only 40,000. So, and other seats are private. I'm
of course including private and government collectively about 1,10,000 odd seats. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. So, aspirant preparing for NEET always aspire to get a government college.
Yeah.
So if this happens,
so you want a re-examination? Let me quickly, as I'm short on time, I'm going to bring in Jitin Chawla. Jitin, you know, the coaching centers are probably making money over this controversy. Do you want to clarify? If there is a NEET re-examination that will be announced, how the coaching center is going to support the students at this point? Will there be any extra money that will be demanded?
So it depends. I mean, some coaching institutes, they keep on telling students that, hey, even if, in some exams, government exams, they would not limit them on time. And some might, That is one. But the larger issue is that it's again, everything will again be in a limbo for the next 1 or 2 months and with little trust. So how does the government intend to build up that trust? One, even today the exam happened. Out of 1563 students who were given grace marks, only 813 students took the exam. So rest of the people didn't even come for the exam. So that also showcases that probably they had not even prepared so well that they would come for a retest. So there is some, why would such a large number, almost 50% of students didn't come for the exam. So that is one.
Well,
And there might be students who have prepared for like 3 years, 4 years, and a lot of people are very stressed. I have a student who's got 670, not sure if he'll get an appropriate college.
right.
I have a student who's got 720.
Of course, students are
who knows that
stressed.
he may not get in AIMS, which is the topmost institution.
No, but
So
that
all those
uncertainty
questions
is
are
either way. Either way, even if the paper leak had not happened, or if there wasn't a controversy of such nature, there's still that kind of fierce competition when it comes to the medical stream in India. But the least that you can expect is for the NTA to carry out a free, transparent and a secure process of examination, because there's that kind of competition and money, time involved in it. And it's a profession that is sacred. You've got to have the best doctors that we want to churn out for this country. They're respected all over the globe. Indian doctors are precious. Let's just hope the NTA, the government at this point, looks into this very closely. The demand is for a re-examination. The question is, will the government buckle? Thanks very much, our panelists, for joining us.